Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be talking and trying to fix the big scratch problem on my PS Vita. I actually got this console for very cheap because it was stated as broken. The seller stated that the battery was dead and the console itself was had water damage. But when I checked, there was no water damage and the battery was not dead. The only port thing was dead was the port. So I did a little USB-C port mode. You can find those on YouTube. There are a lot of videos explaining how to do a USB-C mod. I did a little different take on the USB-C mod. I used the case itself, no, the old port case. How it's called? It's the main frame, the metal frame of the old port, and use some solder to weld it all together. It's pretty interesting. It looks pretty ugly, but it works perfectly, and it's 100% in its place. I can show you some pictures on the screen how it looks from inside. I had to cut the little board and things like that, but yeah, it was very janky process, so I don't want to show that to you. But today I'm going to try to show you process of trying to get rid of the scratches on the Vita. Over here we can see that from the previous owner there are pretty nasty deep scratches. On this side not so much, but on this side there are very deep scratches, and over here was a very deep, like a chip or a scratch, and I tried to polish it out. I used very fine sandpaper, and then I used all kind of polishing compounds, but it did not work because the PS Vita screen is made from plastic, and it's very interesting how could anybody polish this, and I think it's almost impossible. I have not seen anyone else polish this. I've seen some other videos where there are watch screens, the hand watch screens that get some scratches, and they made from, I don't know, maybe it might maybe the same kind of plastic, but they used some watch polishing compound, even toothpaste. But for fun, I tried to use toothpaste over here, and no success. And with the watch polishing compound, I think there's not going to be any success. I just didn't want to waste money, but I figured out a little different way how to fix these scratches. Um, Overall, these scratches wouldn't be a problem if it wouldn't show on the screen itself when playing. So over here with some other colors, it's not so visible, but in special conditions with the human eye through the camera, it's quite different to see. But if we go over here, I'm going to zoom in for you. You can look. They penetrate through the screen, and they're very ugly, and you can see them in game, and they, when you move them, they switch colors. You can see like that. They flash, if you can say so, and it's pretty disturbing, and I really hate that, and I kind of want to fix that. So I have a pretty good idea. I have tested it on the Vita in a small scale, and it somehow worked. It covered like 80 or 90% of the scratches, like mitigated the flashing itself. So I'm going to try it now full scale, and we'll see if it will fix it. So let's again take another look. Remember these scratches from this angle? Yes, like that. Even if we switch it off, we can see these scratches. They are pretty big and pretty nasty. So let's try to fix it. So what do you need? You need mm, some glass, protective tempered glass for the Vita itself. Bought it for very cheap. I have 3 of them, so I can mess up 2. But I'm going to try to mess up those 2. They are going to just be spares for me. So you'll need a protective glass, and some, of course, they come in a set with wipes and dust peelers and everything. But then you're going to need some UV screen glue and some UV lamp as well. Over here I have the Samsung UV sterilizer, and I use that. No, it's pretty dirty actually. Sorry. It has these UV lamps, and I'm going to flip the screen and put it on some pegs so it has the UV light. But I also have a little UV lamp that I could find over here. UV lamp over here. It gives UV rays. It's pretty good. I like it. It works and it shows as UV, so I can use also this to cure it a little bit. But yeah, and you'll need some tools as well as an X-Acto knife, and maybe I'll need some else over here. I got some isopropyl alcohol, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. So let's move the Vita out of the way. And actually, I wanted to get my mat over here. Crazy. Okay, let's get our work mat over here, like this. Let's put everything on the work mat itself. So, the first thing we'll need to do is remove the sticky tape from the protective glass itself. Okay, so we're not going to need this one. So, about this screen protector, it has adhesive tape layer on itself. So basically, you can take your Vita, and what you're supposed to do, you take your Vita, you clean the screen and everything, then you peel off the sticker, and then you plop it on, and bam, you have a screen protector. But what I found out from this screen protector, that it makes it like 5 or 10% harder to see the screen, and it does not cover these scratches. It like goes over it, and there's like a little air gap and things like that, and it does not fulfill my needs. So what I need to do is to remove both of one of this protective layer, and I also need to remove, yeah, the sticky layer. So over here, I don't know if it's easy to see. Okay, I'm going to put the Vita in a safe place right now. You need the box closed so I don't drop it, don't mess it. So over here, if you can see, let's focus. Yeah, when I remove this layer, there's one more layer as well, you can see from the glass. So I'm going to try to remove that, and that's going to be pretty fun process. I'm going to try to take a look if I can do anything over here, and it does not seem so. That it's like perfectly with the edge, but over here it sticks a little bit out, the sticky layer. So I'm going to try to remove it. Yeah, it's coming slowly, very slowly. And try not to flex the glass too much, or even touch the glass with the X-Acto knife, because it will break it. If you get enough force for it, it will eventually break. So while removing slowly this protective tape, you have to remember the facing of it, because it's going to be pretty stupid if you put the protective glass the other way around, because now we're removing the sticky layer, and you will, if you forget which side was the right side. No, the right side is with the beveled edge, and the other is with a different, a little bit sharper edge, but it's still pretty hard to know, because I actually accidentally changed the protective glass this way to my mom's phone the other way, and yeah, it was it was kind of stupid, but yeah. Okay, slowly, not flexing it too much, just slowly removing it. It's a slow process, because the tape is very sticky. And actually, what I found out, that the tape itself, it is the one that makes it distorts the screen a little bit. It's like looking through plastic and things. So over here I got a bigger piece, so I can slowly take it off. Okay. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and we'll speed up this part. Okay, so it's coming to an end like this. Remember to not touch this face of the screen itself because, now of course you can clean it. It's going to be sterile clean when you remove this plastic double-sided tape. So over here we have a perfectly, actually very thin screen, very fragile. I don't know how it's going to handle on the PS Vita, but I'm not going to drop it. You can see it flexes even a little bit. So yeah, remember which side is which. And I see a dust spectacle. Yeah, it's nothing. Okay, so how do we store it now? I think we just put it like this with the right side facing down. Okay, so it's stationary now. So by the way, remember, put this sticky tape somewhere where it does not disturb you. I'm going to put it here, the tripod itself. All right, so let's get the PS Vita itself. Try to not drop it from the table. It actually accidentally almost did. So, I kind of don't like these wipes. They leave a little bit of residue, but we can still try to use it. I'm going to use the isopropyl after that. Just remove anything from the screen, any dirt, any fingerprints, any fat that you have left on your Vita from touching it too much. So it can clean. It squeaks. So done. Now the dry. So how well it works, let's see. I hope it's pretty good. Otherwise I'll have to use something else. Oh yeah, it's actually working. It's actually doing something. So, oh no, it does leave a little bit of residue. So I'm going to take my microfiber cloth, clean it a little bit more, use a little ISO, like this. Remove completely everything that is on that screen. So let's use the dry side. Just get those wipes, those streaks down. Okay, I accidentally pressed the button. Huh. Could be a good idea to power it off. Oh, it even registers through the cloth. It's pretty fun. So, bam. Everything is clean. Very good, very good. You can use the dust sticker, take off any dust, but it seems like there is no dust. If I'm going to see, I'm going to just leave it here because it's damn sticky. So, the glue. Okay, let's remove the dust, which I see right now. Actually, my room is pretty dusty, but we can go over this like this. Remove any dust spectacles. I see a dust spectacle that is not moving. Oh, it comes from the sticky. Oh yeah. That's not good. Oh, it came off. Right, nice. Right, let's leave it here because I did not see any more dust. So, put a pretty generous. Oh, there's even dust from my fingers. So UV glue in the middle of screen. Let's put a few drops there. Actually, it's pretty hard to guess how much you need. This is like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops. I think 10 drops should be enough, but I'm going to put two more, or 3, or 4, or 5. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. So, let's put the dust peeler over here. Do I see any dust on the screen? No, I see scratches only. No, actually I see dust. No, that's scratches. Alright, so let's take the screen and let's put it on. So yeah, that's the dust on the screen. Okay, it's good. Alright, now comes the hard process to align this thing. Oof. So I think it's pretty aligned from my side of view. Is it? It is. Okay, slowly I'm lowering it. Slowly, 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 slowly. Keep it steady. You'll be able to adjust it with this glue even after that. Okay, so oh, I got some bubbles on there. I got some bubbles in there. That is pretty interesting. So I'm going to try to get those out. I can use a Q-tip. Yeah, we can put all the bubbles together. So bubble time. So I'm going to squeeze them out. Slowly but surely squeeze them out to the side. Perfectly. Do you see the bubbles? You don't? Let me zoom closer. Now you see the bubbles. Oh yeah, you do. So this side is pretty chill. This side we have the bubbles. Shouldn't have plopped it so hard down because that generated quite a lot of bubbles. I should have gone from a side. Yeah. Okay, keep that in mind. When you lower it from like one side first and then the other, so you don't get the bubbles. I kind of plopped it on and you see, generated a whole family of bubbles. A whole family of bubbles. Come on, get out. I don't like bubbles. Never have liked bubbles on my screen. They're ugly and I don't like them. Alright, so let's get some tissue paper because I see the glue is coming out from here. Okay, so let's get back. So getting the bubbles out from the top seems the only way that it is going to work. Big bubbles. Okay, air slowly leaking. Nicely, nicely, nicely. Okay, tens, hundreds. I don't know. I don't count which time. Checking if everything is perfect. Yes. Gap is perfect. All four sides are are perfect. Perfection. Yeah. That is what we call perfection. Don't be like me. Or be like me. Or just be you. What? Don't touch the screen. Don't do anything, please. No, I see again. I see. There's a little bit more. Or do I? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Alright, bam. When perfection is achieved, don't touch anything else. And now it's curing time. And it's going to take a lot of time. I'm going to use a little bit of my UV lamp, like this. But I think that it does not. Is that a bubble? No, that's a hair. That's a bubble. That bubble can stay there. There's a bubble over here. But it is not on the screen, so I don't care anymore about that bubble. Yeah? I don't care about you. Why do I care about you? Oh no, it's stuck. It's stuck. No, that was that. I used a little bit of UV, and the bubble is in there. And I almost started singing. Oh, I almost dropped it. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. Bro, I'm a crazy guy. Wait. Oh, it has shifted. Why you have shifted? You cannot. Oh no. Pfft. I'm so fucking stupid. Okay. Put this down, put this to cure. Why are you so crazy? Do not be crazy like me. I saw that it was the other side and I was like, is that the other side? Why it's so low? I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy perfection. Perfection. So, I'm going to cure it like this, moving it a little bit like this. And I'm going to cure it. Also going to put it in my mighty UV chamber. Huzzah. And yeah, through the magic of what? Movies? To the movie magic? To the magic of editing. I'm going to snap my fingers and it is going to be cured. 3, 2, 1. And we are back. Again, got some little dust on the screen. But no, I actually cleaned it as well. If you look now, you see the you see the screen protector. Actually, you can see a little bit leaking out, but all the little scratches have disappeared, and the deep scratches have been mitigated by almost 50%, I would say. So again, if we again go over here, I don't know, I don't. Of course, you cannot see from the reflection, but let's zoom in over here, and you can see a little bit. And over here where was the deep scratch, remember, I'm going to show you the picture, so before and after video. Yeah, it's a little bit. And here are some vertical scratches over here. If I move it left to right, you can see a little bit flashing. Over here, if we move it left to right, a little bit flashing over here. But over here where was the big deep scratch, down here, almost no flashing at all. A little bit, little bit, little bit. So the scratches and the little scratches, they're completely gone. They're completely gone. So I'd say if you don't look for them, you cannot see them at all. You cannot see them at all. Not a single scratch you can see. If you focus on the points where there were scratches, of course you can see them. But you cannot see them right now. Okay, I have to unzoom it again. So looking from it, no, it's almost impossible. It looks like a brand new screen. So the small scratches have disappeared and the big ones, they're not gone. So, and again, I think I noticed when I changed, when I didn't use the special screen glue, when I used the sticky side, the sticky tape from the original screen, moving the screen right to left, looking at each individual pixels, you could see a little bit of flashing, I would say. It looked a little distorted. So, but with this thing, it's. I just want to throw this clip in to compare the both sides of the glass. I just put this. No, not that's, that's the screen protector. I put this one on the back, and it has the double-sided tape and everything. And you can look, the scratches are still very visible, and they are not filled completely. You can see the small ones are have disappeared, but the bigger ones, they're still there. But on the screen, I have to clean it, of course, a little bit. But on the screen, there are no scratches visible at all. So this shows that it completely, almost completely, I say to 80 to 90%, uh, clean. It destroys the scratches. It just hides them. See? You cannot see any scratches in there. But with this screen protector, yeah, you can still see them, and they are going to come out on the screen. So yeah, this is way better than the double-sided tape method. Way, way better. Try it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's, I'd say, from what was there before, you can see, I'd say you can see about 10% of what was there. 10 to 20% of the scratches that was there. So 90 to 80% of the scratches have been cleared. So yeah, the deep scratches, the very, very deep scratches, they're almost invisible. But the small scratches are completely invisible. So yeah, I would also not really suggest trying to polish the scratches like I did over the bottom. And I don't know actually. I don't know actually. I think, yeah, it polishing the scratches. It removes the scratch. It removes the scratch, the big scratch, but when you polish, it leaves a bigger field of scratches. So if now from the deepest scratch that is over here, I can see uh, 15 to 20% of what was it before. From the polished scratch, I can see 5% of what was there, but in a bigger area. So it's a little bit, yeah, it's actually a little bit more noticeable when I move the screen left to right. If I focus on it, of course. From the big scratch, it's a small area. So yeah, it's just the field where I scratched it, where I try to polish it. It's a little distorted. So don't try to polish out the scratches and then to use this method. So leave it as it is and try to use it and see the results for yourselves. And I can say that I had another Vita that had this screen protector without the UV glue, with the original tape, and it also had some pretty. It actually had deeper scratches than this, and I could say that from that it only cleared how much was it? It only like cleared it like 50%. Like the deep scratches and the middle scratches were I could see them, but the small scratches I could not see them. But over here I cannot even see the middle scratches. I can only see the deep scratches, and they're about to 10 to 20%. So with the original tape that is on the screen protector, it reduces the scratches by 50%, and with the UV glue method, it reduces the scratches at a range from 80 to 90%. So yeah, it is really good. I really suggest the method if you have deep scratches and you want to get rid of them. I truly suggest this method, and remember to remove this annoying sticky tape because it distorts the screen, and it serves no real purpose. Because with this it with the glue, it does not distort the screen, it does not make it darker. It's like completely looking at a new screen. So yeah, I really suggest this method. It's amazing. It's amazing. It works and it does not distort the screen. It almost makes it look as original. Because when you were looking at the sides of the games with the tape screen protector, I remember now, you could see a lot of distortion on the borders of the games, but without with the UV glue, there's no distortion at all. So you can buy this screen protector with the tape and just remove it and buy some UV glue and an ultraviolet light. So yeah, that those are my suggestions. Use whatever you wish and learn from my mistakes. Put the screen protector a little bit crooked, put it on, and yeah, it should be better because I put it straight on and it made bubbles. So uh, putting it a little bit crooked and on it would make a lot of difference. It would almost mitigate all the bubbles itself. So yeah, um, yeah, I'm really happy about this result. I have to put a screen protector over here. I think I do not really care about the scratches over here. So yeah, you can take a look at the scratch. Actually, I'm going to clean it, so we can actually compare it. No, we cannot compare it because the other screen protector I have here, it is plastic. So yeah, it's not going to make a lot of difference. So yeah, but I did experimentation with. You can see it's a lot of scratches there. I did an experimentation with the tape, without tape, and with the UV glue and everything, and I found that with the tape it mitigates it to 50%, and without the tape and with the UV glue it's not 80 to 90%. So yeah, amazing, amazing. Because from theoretical point of view, the tape can 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 make the small scratches disappear, but if there's a big scratch like this, imagine in a bigger scale, it doesn't have anything to fill it. You're going to still see the scratch. There's going to be an air gap. But if there's liquid in between from the screen and the glass, it's going to fill it and the scratch is going to disappear. So that's the theoretical point. And as you can see, it's in practice, it shows that it does work. So yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, an amazing project this Vita is, and I really like reviving old broken technologies to a working state that I can use them and maybe sell them or gift them to others. So yeah, but I'm going to keep this one. I really like it. So yeah, take notes. Be careful when you're doing repairs, and learn from it. Learn from me. Learn from others. Make your own conclusions, and yeah, wish you luck and goodbye.